Uh, First off, I want to thank Kitty and Susie so much for connecting with us and our journey and where we are with Hijas del Campo. Um, we're a grassroots organization. We started in August, and we, we help campesinos. That's our mission. That's our goal. Um, we were just four moms, and we are first generation Mexicanas. And we got together because of the fires. We got together because of the pandemic, and we saw that there was a need. There was a need for people to take care of the campesinos, the people that are picking our food, because they were being overlooked. We weren't getting them the proper PPE. They were out there working with the fires, without the proper protection for their lungs and just for who they are, right? They're working in close conditions a lot of the times, and they don't have the proper PPE. So that's why we got together. We met on Facebook, the evil that is Facebook, but yet it's so amazing because it's connected so many of us together and so many of our stories. And actually, that's how we met. Was through a post. You know, Maria had been doing caravans. So Maria's over here. Her grandfather still works in the fields out here in Brentwood. He's an amazing man. And so she started doing caravans. And so we got together. We were doing it was her third caravan. And we just kind of like decided, you know, the need out there is larger than water and larger than this, right? So what can we do? And how can we mobilize so that way we can actually help address the issues that are happening within the community. So like I mentioned, it started with the four of us. I'm Maribel Mendoza. I'm one of the founders and the president. There's also Dorina, who is one of the founders and the vice president, and Maria, who's one of the founders and the secretary, and then also there's Amelia.
Oh, I'm like, asking for me. Sorry. I'm Amelia. I'm one of the co-founders as well, and I'm the treasurer for Hijas del Campo.
And
Sorry.
no worries. I'm all poking you. And so we have been growing. We have been growing because that need is so huge. We need more hands on deck, and it hasn't been easy for us because this is something that is so close to us. That we've really taken the time, and we've now incorporated four amazing new people to help in the efforts that we are doing with our work. So this speaks about how the journey began and where we started, and why we wanted to do what we do with our campesinos, right? The way that we really honed in on what the needs were also because we would go out and we took a survey with us, and we were able to connect to our gente by asking them specific questions and gaining their trust. That's why it's so important, the work that we do. We don't share it out with anybody. We're very protective of them. And so this is sort of where we are right now. Amelia, would you like to discuss that?
Yeah, so absolutely. So like Maribel said, we Maria started this journey with just passing out waters and a Facebook post, and then we all kind of joined in and we started this organization. And then it's evolving from there. So now we just started with waters. Now we go out and give COVID-19 awareness. We are working with the county and getting people. I think it was last weekend, got people tested. We're signing up people for vaccines because we are their voice for these campesinos as farm workers, right? So we want to be their voice. So we're trying to do our part for COVID-19. We go every weekend, actually every week, we go twice a week out to their homes and deliver food. If it's non-perishable food, if it's perishables, anything that we can get, we distribute it straight to their home. We know that they are out probably working. There's a lot of people actually not working right now because it's off season, and we were not going to ask them to spend more money on gas or trying to find resources when we can get the resources for them. And so we go out every single weekend, sometimes during the week, depends on our schedule, and go in and take food to them. And we also supply food supplies, school supplies for the kids. So this is what we're doing now because they're not out in the field as much. But when they do go back in the field, we set up times and dates that we can go out in the field and take them sometimes even a hot lunch or a burrito for them to grab it on the way out when they're going home, fresh waters. So we're trying to do our part for them to feel they know that we're here for them. And there's a lot of times that they've expressed like, nobody's ever done this. And it's sad because they're the people that feed us, without them, they are essential. Without them, we can't eat. So this is something that we're doing. We did school supply drive. We've done food drives for them all the time. And now we're definitely focused on COVID-19 right now for sure. And then has even extended from that to even like sometimes even assisting them with their utility bills if they're running into an issue that because they're not working, they're not able to pay their bills or anything like that, they can reach out to us and we can definitely help them.
And another thing with the school supplies is something we started doing were little libraries because we know that a lot of kids are home and because we know that they don't have access to their libraries, they don't have access to that literature. We really want to hone in on that. So we've partnered with a local family who is also first generation and they understand campesinos and the struggle, and so they actually built the libraries for us, and they're working on building more now because we also work with families who live in Stockton area. There's a lot of campesinos, and so we're planning on putting some out there as well. So that's a huge thing. Community support. So Hijas del Campo, we are all volunteers. This is something that is a heart project for us, and we're able to do it because of the support of our community. We have partnered with nonprofits, as you see here. This is Heidi Kuhn, and she's amazing, and she is the director and founder of an organization called Roots of Peace. And they actually go around the world to war-torn countries to take landmines out and then help people harvest the land. So that way they have a viability of a safe place to get food and subsistence. So she's somebody who has supported us. And this is how we're able to get food on a regular basis as well. So we pack it up. We've gotten these amazing food boxes that we're able to take out. We partner with Al Pastor Papi, who's amazing. He helps us with calls to action so that way we are able to collect food and things like that. So Z and him came all the way out here to drop stuff off to us. We've also partnered with Essential Water because water is a huge thing. A lot of the times our gente are living in places where they don't have running water. And so we are able to partner with this company, and they're able to get us water as well. So it's
okay. I have to put my ears on.
Okay, these are just some examples of some things that we've gotten, and so really it's off of the amazingness of the community that we've been able to do what we do, and the generous donations. So I'll speak a little bit on this, and then Amelia too. So we have had the amazing opportunity to partner with Contra Costa County to pilot a program called the Community Immunity Project, where we are focused specifically on equity when it comes to getting the vaccines. A lot of what was being overlooked was the fact that the Black and Brown community was being hit the hardest and what had the highest morbidity rates within the state of California. And why is that? It's because a lot of the times we are the essential workers on the front lines. So we have done a few projects. We've partnered with local farms, making sure that we're getting information out, and science-based information out, because a lot of the times it's information that you hear from your brother, cousin, sister, uncle, and it's not always the truth. So we wanted to be able to get the factual information to protect our communities. Am I missing anything, Amelia?
I mean, we also did a Facebook Live with, or was it Facebook Live with the doctor and from John Muir, and we were able to ask questions from people because, like Maribel said, you know, a lot of information and wrong information is being passed from people, and you know they're saying that they can't get the vaccine because of X, Y, and Z. So we're able to supply and give them the information as much as we can, and having that Facebook Live with a doctor that was able to answer their questions in English or in Spanish was huge. And I think that was been one of the probably the highlights of like the COVID for us. It's been be able to have somebody knowledgeable of COVID and be able to answer their questions and answer their questions in English or Spanish.
And getting people vaccinated. So we have already gotten, I believe it was something like 140 people within 3 weeks, which is huge. We have another like 60 on the wait list, campesinos that we're helping. So it's amazing. Would you like to take this one, Amelia?
Yeah, I will. So, you know, just because right now our focus is on COVID. Everything that we're doing is for our farm workers, for our campesinos, and it continues. COVID is one of the projects that we're doing, but we're still, like I mentioned earlier, we're still going out and doing food distribution and everything. The way that we're helping is like Maribel mentioned, like we're partnering with companies, we're partnering with restaurants, we're partnering with other people. And the way that we're doing this, like she mentioned, is by donations. So donations we're getting from people that follow us, our friends and family, churches, any type of organization that knows what we're doing and be able to come and help us in any way. We've gone to trips somewhere and picked up loads of donations in our own cars, in our own time. Our husbands and boyfriends and stuff, they're huge supporters, and we have them loading up their vehicles with everything. And this is just a little sample of the things that we've done. We've done even like a couple of pop-ups, which is like we've gone to like their communities and set up tables and have food that they can come by and pick up, or we have already things there for, you know, books for the kids, school supplies for the kids. And we want to make sure that we are out there and talking to the campesinos, if it's by phone, if it's by, they even send us Facebook messages sometimes, or face-to-face, you know, of course, social distancing and our masks and everything. But we want to make sure that we are getting that relationship between them so they know that they can trust us, and everything that they give us, all their information stays within the Hijas del Campo. We want to make sure that we, you know, treasure that information, because, you know, getting that that trust with them is a huge thing. And so we collected all their information from the surveys and everything. And so we're just getting started. Maribel said we started, I think it was like 6 months ago. And I mean, for us, I mean, we hit the road running and we haven't stopped. But it's been amazing. And this is just the tip of the iceberg for us. And this is just a couple little things that we've done. And I mean, we have a lot more projects along the line. But these are several things that we've done.
And, you know, this is how we want to bring about change, is to really remind our community and to give back, right? One thing that I always say is when we're out there, it's like I see myself in the little girls that are out there playing, you know, mom and dad, they're just doing the best they can, trying to make them meet, you know, and these times are harder. You have kids at home that are distance learning all day, every day. They're on tech every day. So it's harder, right, to get food on the table. It's harder to pay for those bills sometimes. And even if we can just like alleviate a little bit of that burden, our job is done. You know, with just one person, one campesino, one person, we're happy to do that. And so here is a picture of a note that we got from one of our campesinos, who's amazing and was just really grateful. And then down below, that's Olga, and she's amazing. I just saw her today because I went to go sign up some other folks for vaccines. And so she's become a huge ally, and she's amazing. We helped her with her PG&E that
And
time.
she also has one of our libraries right in front of her house, and so she sends us messages saying that the kids at the in her neighborhood are always looking forward to like what books we bring. And so every time we come out and we have books in our car, we'll load them up and stock them up. And we're asking the people to keep the books and don't bring them back. I mean, they can just keep them. And so we're constantly loading new books in their library. So that's one of the libraries that we have. Like Maribel mentioned earlier, we do have 5 right now, and we have, I think, 10 more getting created right now. So that's exciting to be able to put books back in the kids' hands.
Yeah. And so right here, so if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. If you would like to donate, we're trying to get away from Amazon, so I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Bezos doesn't need any more of our money, but in the meantime, we do have an Amazon wish list, and here are just some things, a list of things that we're always taking in, of course, new for our campesinos. Yeah, that's just, and if you have any questions for us, we're happy to answer any questions that you all may have. Thank you.